Attorneys for the man convicted for a 1988 double homicide have filed a motion for a new trial for their client, Jeff Boppre. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, nearly 30 years ago, Jeff Boppre was convicted for the murders of Sharon Condon and Richard Valdez. And yesterday, in Scottsbluff County District Court, his attorneys filed a motion for a new trial for the 56-year-old. The challenge of the conviction centers on newly discovered evidence that attorneys say points to John Yellowboy as the murderer who killed the two back in 1988. Attorneys also say there are numerous discrepancies in both the investigation and prosecution of Bopre's case. No word on when this motion will be first heard in Scottsbluff County District Court. Well, it's been a busy week for the Wing Drug Task Force with busts in Alliance, rural Gering, and rural Mitchell. Task Force Commander Lieutenant Brian Eads says it all happened pretty quickly.
Wasn't part of like a big roundup or anything. They just all happened to be at the same week, so we were able to get them all scheduled and executed within the same time frame. So
fresh charges were filed today in the Mitchell bust, where David Luce and Sean Turner were caught with half a pound of methamphetamine, nearly a pound of marijuana, and 47 guns. Further investigation revealed that some of those guns were stolen firearms as well. Eads says this was definitely the biggest of the three busts this week.
It's definitely a sizable one, a good bust for law enforcement around. Anytime we can get that amount of meth off the streets, it's a successful day in our eyes, and it'll definitely has an impact on the amount that flows to the streets. So we're pretty happy about that one.
William Burkhart and Robert Newton were arrested following a Tuesday morning bust outside of Gering, and multiple firearms, a hash oil extraction lab, methamphetamine were all seized, and investigators also found 75 marijuana plants hidden behind a false wall in the cellar.
It was a pretty decent setup, and I've seen some false walls and hidden rooms before, but still always intriguing to see that kind of setup and the steps that people will take to secret their illegal activities.
A $500,000 bond has been set for all four men. Robert Newton bonded out on Wednesday, and all of them have court dates set for next week. Well, straight ahead, it's the first day of winter, and we could see some snow over the weekend. Bill Boyer will be in with your holiday weekend weather forecast right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we know when you need a loan, time is of the essence. We are locally owned with decisions made right here at the bank. Our lenders are experienced, efficient individuals who are committed to our customers. Our flexible lending policies make it possible to fulfill loan requests, big or small, quickly. Whether you want to purchase a car, home, or even start a business, our committed associates are here to help. Stop into any location today and see what Platte Valley Bank can do for you.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor will do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Pool together all your money with a friend and invest in 2 Arby's French Dip and Swiss sandwiches for just $6. It's the perfect get-rich-quick on sandwiches scenario. Arby's, we have the meats.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
Well, we got winds out there again this evening. They're going to die off fairly quickly, though, and be down into the 6 to 10 mile an hour range overnight. So finally getting a break back from those winds that have been pretty strong for most of the day today. We got much colder air coming in tomorrow, though. There will be some flurries and snow showers here in the area. It's certainly going to be heavier to our south from where we're going to be at today. So from our area. So just further to the south will be a little heavier, and we don't expect much in the way of snowfall coming out of it. However, we are watching a post-Christmas storm system. It's going to be a big and a large storm coming in for after Christmas, so your travel back home, especially Wednesday into Thursday. The details are uncertain, but we are getting pretty good indications that this system is going to come together across portions of the area. 48 yesterday and a low of 19, still well above normal. Nothing in the rain gauge yesterday as we go through the day. So here is where we're looking at this possible snowstorm setting up. This is where the heaviest snow right now is forecast to be, in a swath that goes from southern Kansas all the way up into Minnesota and towards into the Great Lakes and actually into portions of Canada. Here in our area, it looks like the heaviest snows. Now, keep in mind, these are a few days out, so this is certainly subject to change. The heaviest snows in Nebraska, maybe from the Norfolk area down into portions of Kansas and then back over into the Front Range of Colorado, right up into portions of our area. Again, that's where the heaviest snowfall appears to be coming at. Whether we're going to get that heaviest snowfall in our area still remains to be seen. It does look like accumulating snows are a good bet. In fact, Santa's telling us snows are developing after dark on Christmas Eve, or Christmas Day rather, when Santa gets there. So snow's developing after dark on Christmas Day. Today we had high temperatures that were pretty nice, actually very warm and mild high temps. We've fallen quickly off of those highs that were in the mid and upper 50s, only into the upper 30s and low 40s right now across the region. And winds have started to die down. We're in the 10 to 15 mile an hour range now. Look here at eastern Wyoming though, still just in the high country, just off this map where we kind of pull these counties out. You can see those higher winds still up to 18. We had sustained winds over 45 miles an hour and gusts to near 70 for a time in Cheyenne earlier today. So wind chills are pretty chilly out there, upper 20s in some areas, low 30s in many of the other areas. So very chilly weather conditions. These high wind warnings are about to expire. They will expire at 6 o'clock tonight. So let's take a look at Futurecast and what we've got going. Here's the high winds in the high country. Those quickly die out this evening, and we're left with clearing skies across the region. A few light clouds in here. They're going to be few and far between. We don't expect much coming from that cloud cover tonight. Lows in the low 20s here across our area. We'll be in the low 20s again tonight for lows out there as well. Now tomorrow, notice the snow showers off to the south of us primarily, and winds are going to be with us tomorrow, not quite as strong, but still in that 10 to 20 mile an hour range. Notice the snow in portions of Colorado. That's where the snow is going to hang out tomorrow. I think if you're heading down to Denver, areas like that, you'll probably see a light dusting of snow. Winds still strong in the high country again as this storm system continues to be, the weather pattern that we're in continues to be one favorable for high country winds. Tomorrow, much colder than where we were today. Look at these high temperatures out here in the 30s across western Nebraska and southeastern Wyoming. We're going to be in the low 30s here right in our immediate area as well, mid and upper 30s actually for highs tomorrow. Now this is the extended forecast. This is what we're watching. We want to show you what right now we're thinking. This is Christmas Day at noon. Notice we'll be dry Christmas Day. An area of cloud cover starts to set in late Christmas night. And again, we said the snow will probably hold off until after dark, may even hold off till Wednesday morning. This is the European model that we're looking at. It brings the snow into the area by Wednesday. This is Wednesday night. Notice the snow continues on into Thursday morning and even into Friday morning, and Friday afternoon then it starts to move out. So if this materializes, this could set the stage for some extremely heavy snows. Again, the European model setting up the heaviest snows from northeastern Colorado right through the eastern Panhandle and into the heart of the Sandhills up towards Valentine and North Platte. Some forecast models, again, some forecast models are kicking out over a foot of snow and more in some of these areas, especially these pink shaded areas. This will move with time. It's not going to stay here. This isn't going to be, this is exactly where the heaviest snows are going to occur. But as of right now, this is where this model is trending it. It's been bouncing back and forth east to west, north to south a little bit, and it will do that as we go through the weekend. Stay tuned. We'll keep you up to date. By the time we get to Monday, I think we'll have a much better handle on where this storm system is ultimately going to go. Partly cloudy tonight, lows in the low 20s tomorrow. Could see a few flurries. Heavier snows will be to our south. Much colder. 38 is all in our extended forecast. Well, we have Christmas Eve looking very nice for traveling. Highs in the mid-40s. And really, Christmas Day is going to be very nice. Highs in the mid-40s as well. Snow developing late after dark on Christmas night, if not by early Wednesday morning. Wednesday right now is when we have our best chance of snow. Snow continues into Thursday and even Friday before ending. And look at temps slowly fall. We'll be in the low 30s, I think, for after Christmas, maybe not getting above freezing. Upper 20s, certainly not out of the question. And low temperatures probably falling into the teens, if not single digits. And we could be looking at some sub-zero temperatures if we get a covering of snow here on the ground by the end of the week and into next weekend. So certainly changes in the weather pattern coming. The good news is that you should be able to make it to Christmas okay and home from Christmas as long as you're done traveling by Wednesday, as that is when the worst of the weather should start to move into the region.
You never know when you'll need an extra French dip in Swiss. It could get lost in the car or eaten by a confused stranger. Stuff happens to sandwiches. That's why Arby's made you 2 French dip and Swiss sandwiches for just $6. For only $6, you'll always have a spare French dip and Swiss until you eat it. You'll never have to be afraid. Arby's, we have the meats.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
Get your jingle on this Christmas season at TC and More. With our wide variety of games, homemade lotions and soaps, willow tree figurines, clothing, gift cards, and much, much more. Let us simplify your shopping experience as we have gifts for everyone on your list. Check us out on Facebook. We have free gift wrapping, great customer service, where we say Merry Christmas. Please shop local this Christmas season. TC and More at 1621 Broadway in downtown Scottsbluff.
The leaves are turning and the temperatures are cooling, so it's time to come harvest the deals at the Viera Wireless Fall Savings Sale. Right now, get your family high-speed, truly unlimited mobile data for just $35 per line with 4 lines. Prices have never been lower for unlimited data. Plus, trade in your current phone and get up to $500 off the latest iPhone and Samsung models. Those are incredible savings on the most popular and advanced smartphones. Don't miss out on our Fall Savings Sale. Hurry into Viera today.
Welcome back. For a third consecutive year, Scottsbluff Public Schools has had a 4-year graduation rate above 90%. The Nebraska Department of Education reported today that Scottsbluff's 91.5% has again exceeded the state average of 89%. Scottsbluff High School Principal Mike Hawley attributes the hard work of many people and the Career Academy concept in reaching these graduation numbers. This is a dramatic positive increase for the district, who just 7 years ago had a graduation rate of only 73.85%. Well, good news for Nebraska drivers, as AAA Nebraska says gas prices could drop another 5 to 15 cents for the holidays. Rose White says gas prices are already at a 2-year low for this time of the year and should drop lower in the coming days after the price of oil and wholesale gasoline tumbled on Thursday. She adds that on average, Americans are paying $9 less for a full tank of gas compared to the prices that peaked this summer. And a man has pleaded guilty to burglarizing the Lincoln home of Nebraska football coach Scott Frost. Court records say 21-year-old Andrew Williams entered the plea on Thursday and will be sentenced on January 22nd in Lancaster County District Court. In late July, Frost told police that burglars entered an unlocked garage door at his home, and that was unoccupied while it was being renovated. Football helmets, athletic shoes, and artwork went missing. Two teenagers have also been accused of involvement. Well, straight ahead, a huge week in agriculture as the 2018 Farm Bill is signed into law by President Donald Trump. We'll have your Friday 5 right after this.
Care Heilbrunn State Farm agent is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbrunn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the Western Hearing Clinic Ag Desk. Western Hearing Clinic, the Panhandle's choice for better hearing, helping you hear what matters most.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, everyone!
Welcome to our very festive edition of Friday 5, which is presented by our friends at the Nebraska Corn Board.
We have been preparing a holiday special here on a Friday, so our stockings, as you can see, are stuffed with the stories of the week.
That's right, they sure are. Bryce, would you do the honors and choose our number 5 story?
Well, let's see what we have in here. Well, the ink is still dry, but we officially have a farm bill known as the Agriculture Improvement Act of 2018. This bill was signed by President Donald Trump just yesterday afternoon.
It's really exciting. Now, the House and Senate passed the farm bill last week, so Trump needed to sign it before December 31st. The 2014 farm bill, however, expired at the end of September.
Alex, let's see what's inside your stocking.
Let's do. All right, fruits and vegetables. Well, First Lady Melania Trump decked the White House halls in the spirit of a patriotic theme, American Treasures.
And there is a room just for American agriculture, hence the fruit and vegetables. It is actually the green room, known as the harvest room. And that's all decorated with fruits and vegetables as well as grains to represent what Americans produce.
Now, all of the decoration planning starts back in July, so over 6,000 applications were received to help decorate the tree. Only 230 volunteers were chosen. Alrighty, Bryce, pick another item.
All right, let's see what we have in here. We have a calculator, as on Monday, the U.S. Department of Agriculture announced the launch of the second round of trade mitigation payments to farmers. The payments are part of the second installment of the trade aid plan through the market facilitation program.
Now, the first Chinese soybean purchase from the U.S. in 6 months brought questions on whether we should have a second round of trade aid, which could amount to as much as $6 billion.
Purdue met with Trump at the White House late last week, noting the payments were a commitment that the president made.
Bryce, go ahead and pick for our next story.
Let's see what we have here. Oh, it's deep down in there. It's a Christmas tree, one of my favorite things.
That's right. The past few weeks, we brought you stories about real Christmas trees making their way to Washington, D.C.
According to the USDA 2012 Census of Agriculture, more than 300,000 acres in the U.S. are used to produce Christmas trees. In Nebraska, back in 2012, there were 642 acres of Christmas tree production.
Now, roughly 100,000 people in the U.S. are employed either full or part-time in the industry.
And number 1 this week, you still have a few days left if you're like me and need to do some last-minute Christmas shopping. Now, if you're looking for a gift for that farmer or rancher or ag enthusiast in your life, we have a few ideas. Maybe I should say Alex has a few ideas for us.
I do, Bryce.
Let's see what you brought.
Go ahead and unwrap this one.
Okay, what do we have inside gift number 1? We have, I'm not sure what this is. Is this some sort of Scentsy?
It's a home decor gift, and it's a barn.
Okay, there
so
we have it.
So it's for the ag people. Okay,
and
so
it's a fresh cut Fraser as a scent. And mahogany wood.
All right, are you ready for the next one?
I'm ready for the next one.
Okay, go ahead and unwrap this one.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. These ear tags.
Ear tags for the livestock producers.
There they are. You can't beat the ear tag. Everyone needs some of those for Christmas.
That's right. Does that give you a few ideas?
I've got a lot of ideas now, different things I can put in my house, plus some livestock ears.
Good deal. Well, I tried at least. That unwraps our Christmas edition of Friday 5, which is presented by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Wishing you a very safe and Merry Christmas.
This is Mike. Mike likes his car. Mike likes to save money. And Mike likes to breathe. So Mike fills up with E15 with 15% American ethanol. The clean octane in E15 gives Mike the performance he wants from his engine and the clean air he wants for his family. Better yet, E15 costs less at the pump. Higher octane, cleaner air, lower cost. E15 sure gives Mike a lot to like. Discover E15 with American ethanol.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting, though, that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
It's a friendly town, that's for sure. Not too big, not too small. Seems like everybody knows your name.
We stick together through thick and thin. That's the way it's always been. 'Cause where we live is still our claim to fame. We love this town, this grand old town. There's not another town like this around. We've got it all right here in our own backyard. We love this town. We love this town. We love this town.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your weekend community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Winter weather brings winter clothing to compliments for you and your home. And now all fall and winter apparel is 20% off. We have beautiful and original ladies' fashions that appeal to women of all ages and sizes. Gift cards are also the perfect gift idea. Get your home ready for the holidays with holiday decor, now 20% off. Some exclusions apply. At Compliments, we are open 7 days a week, 9 to 5:30, extended hours until 7 on Thursday evening and Sunday noon to 5 through Christmas.
The growth and prosperity of our community is dependent on the reinvestment of local dollars into our local economy. When you open a high-interest savings account at Platte Valley Bank, we turn around and loan your money back to our community for new construction, business expansion, home loans, in backing agriculture, and much more. Come save with us at Platte Valley Bank and know that you are doing business with a local bank with local decisions that reinvests your money here in our community.
And finally tonight, before we break for Christmas, it's once again time to honor the Platte Valley Company's Star Student of the Week. For this week's Star Student of the Week, we head to the Gering Freshman Academy, where the 9th grade student body convened in the auditorium. Nominator Rick Merez shared with the students the reasoning for them being there for the assembly.
We had a situation that involved some horseplay, and we had a student that was targeted. It was stressful. It was a situation that probably caused a little bit of humiliation, but we had a student who chose not to partake in the laughter in the event itself. She chose rather to reach out to the student who was that target. And it wasn't a look at me type situation, look what I'm doing. It was a genuine, are you okay? This wasn't right, can I help you type of situation. So I submitted that because, look, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it, because it was such a genuine act that I hadn't seen that in all of my time at school, where it was just somebody seeing it and reacting to me because they're just a good person.
That student was Sydney Winkler. And after getting a round of applause from her fellow classmates, PVC associate Audrey Murphy asked Sydney about that night and why Winkler stepped up to do the right thing.
What made you step up and intervene in this situation?
I was always taught to stand up for what I believed in, and I believed it was wrong, so I just stood up for what I believed in.
Earlier this year, the students participated in the nationwide Rachel's Challenge, a campaign aimed at inspiring students to reach out to others and start a chain reaction of kindness and compassion.
Yeah, it kind of inspired me to stand up for what I believed in, the Rachel's Challenge thing, and it taught me how to approach it and stuff, so yeah.
In school, Sydney says that English is her favorite subject because she enjoys writing. She says she gets good grades and hits the books hard. Outside of the classroom, she keeps plenty busy with volleyball, basketball, soccer, and school clubs. An added bonus for Sydney with this week's nomination was having her family on hand to watch her get recognized. Congratulations once again to Gering freshman Sydney Winkler, the Platte Valley Company's Star Student of the Week. And if you'd like to nominate a deserving K-12 student to be the next Star Student of the Week, you can find nomination forms online at www.pvbank.com. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be taking all of next week off for the Christmas holiday. We'll see you back here on New Year's Eve.